Temple has really made music really fun.
It's an opportunity to meet new people.
I personally never feel like I'm ever out of place here at all.
Feeling comfortable and being vulnerable with the people that you're around and feeling that you have the freedom to be creative.
Young people have dreams and want to thrive. They are healthy when they belong, strive when inspired, and contribute when valued. They flourish when adults listen to their stories and prioritize their well-being. Not every young person receives this support and affirmation they need. Too many in every sized community are impacted by inequities that stifle their talents and undermine their self-agency. These young people, the majority of whom are people of color, simply need stable, safe havens where they can strengthen their voices and artistry to change the systems that affect them most. This is the work of Creative Youth Development, or CYD, which merges positive youth development and artistic development in settings that center racial equity, youth voice, and collective action. The roots of CYD draw from the civil rights and freedom movement eras. It is grassroots work that emerges in direct response to the needs and aspirations of young people. CYD programs often begin very small, commonly in garages or homes. Across the country, intergenerational mentorship combined with art making blossoms in these neighborhood spaces. With growing recognition of their positive contributions, CYD programs grow to become anchors of civic pride and transformation, with young people in the lead. Since 2020, the Lewis Prize for Music has been investing in and learning from CYD practitioners across the United States.
The Lewis Prize is really thinking about how is the field truly being fair and equitable with our youth.
With the onset of COVID and the expansion of movements for racial justice in 2020, CYD programs immediately addressed young people's urgent holistic needs. Along with establishing virtual outlets for creative expression, they offer technology and academic support, maintained social connection to protect mental health, delivered meals, expanded youth employment, hosted COVID vaccination events, and guided youth activism efforts. The long connection between the CYD field's artistic programming, well-being supports, and equitable systems change efforts was clearly visible. Creative Youth Development has proven its immense potential to nurture young people and their ability to be agents of change. Expanded and diverse support is essential to fulfilling this potential. The Lewis Prize for Music is committed to sharing the successes and needs of the field to generate this support.
Being able to get out of that survival mode and being like, okay, we're good. Like, you know, I don't have to survive off of making this thing successful because I have startup money and it can be successful. And it will be, because we've shown it with nothing. So now having with something is kind of like, what can we do now? It's exciting.
We look forward to collaborating with funders and policymakers committed to the personal and economic futures of young people, families, and communities to generate greater resources for this unique and powerful field.